Hello everyone, welcome back to Real Time Talk. I'm Quinton Anderson, and today we have with us Kyle Burnhard. He is currently an independent consultant. Company title is CEO, ? So on his way to becoming an entrepreneur. Kyle works at the intersection of technology and forward progress in the architecture, engineering, and construction industry. From product management to business strategy to go-to-market leadership, his career has put him in the room where it happens to drive progress and success for market-leading AEC SaaS businesses.
There's an expectation for pretty much any construction firm that the way in which you execute your projects has to have a certain level of digitization. It's always nice to get an immersive experience about the current state of the design. It's like that's kind of an always. The question I found is like, is it worth the effort to go deliver that? Because typically that has a bit of effort required and a bit of work required. And so you've got to have these moments where there's an ROI for you. And in my experience, there's kind of two different moments where that really matters. As you're establishing the core design, that kind of early concept schematic design phase, that's a great moment for immersive visualizations, because that's tends to be the moment where you're locking in the massing and kind of the sense of the experience of the design. I mean, you may not have all your products selected yet and all that stuff, but the soul of the design is being written there. And once you've kind of written the soul, you can do a bunch more work and there's a lot more money to be spent, but the soul's baked. And so getting visualization in those moments can be incredibly powerful.
And do you see any scenarios where, streaming an application is, perhaps the way to go over other ways of visualization? Or do you see it as, the large model viewer that Autodesk can pretty much handle, 99% of the use cases? Or do you think it has its place, and what are kind of the benefits and setbacks of, streaming an app?
Well, I mean, the big thing is you don't need hardware that's fancy. You just need a good internet connection. Right. And so there's a lot of computing environments where you have that, and the person on the other end of that device has expertise or influence on a job, and that's the best way to deliver it. So, I mean, streaming is nice because you don't need a discrete GPU, you just need a good internet connection. And there's a lot more people that have that than people with a good GPU and the technical chops to go spin up download some executable and install some environment and connect to the right visualization experience. There's just frankly friction involved, and there's plenty of people in digital technology that can overcome that friction. But there's, I guess, the people that tend to have the biggest influence on jobs and decision making tend to be the people with the least appetite for jumping through hoops to get into an experience. And so the browser kind of tends to be, the Teflon experience, because just click this link, bud. Go on, I send you an email, click the link, just go do your thing from there. And so it tends to be one of the lowest friction experiences on the consuming side, with, of course, the reality that you got to prepare that visualization experience in the first place, which is that's the I and the ROI, the investment side.
You definitely have the background. It sounds like you know exactly what you're doing in the industry, so I'm very excited to see what you guys come up with. Kyle, thank you so much for swinging by. I know you're super busy, and thank you everyone for watching today's show. This has been Real Time Talk with Eagle 3D Streaming. I'm Quinton Anderson, and see you all in the next show. All right, thanks, Kyle.